We're the Kids in the Hall. We're sitting here with a bunch of fan mail that has accumulated in our 5-year absence for TV while we've been off doing blah, 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 blah.
Has it really been 5 years, Mark?
Yeah, it has been 5 years.
Oh. And it's
counted
really
every lovely minute
of non-employment.
Well.
Hey, well, this is interesting. It says, Dear Mark, I'm 8 years old. Don't you think the head crusher gives children a warped idea about head crushing and the sort of people who are qualified to do it?
That's
Kevin?
First of all, very intelligent 8-year-old.
Yeah.
And yes, you're right.
Yeah, this has always troubled Mark.
And but it is sadly true that most pedophiles do have thick Eastern European accents. It's just the way things are.
I don't think you heard the same question.
So I just thought we'd sort of sit forward, get a sort of glazed, if everyone could just sit forward and get sort of a glazed, happy, reminiscent expression on their face, like you're remembering special times that we shared over the years, and let's just all meditate on some of the things that were the sort of key Kids in the Hall moments.
I'm remembering.
Yeah.
The group bats we had before each show.
Oh, they were nice.
They were good.
You know what
The
I'm
salts.
remembering?
Yes.
The clubhouse sandwiches.
In the bath.
That we ate, yes, often in the bath.
Yes.
And those were my special times.
Very special.
I'm remembering the foot massages from Peggy Cass.
Yeah.
Remember them?
Oh, the
And
late
I'm remembering
Peggy.
stuff,
They were nice.
me asking questions like, who's Peggy Cass?
I'm
Yes.
remembering
But boy, does that feel good.
Does anyone remember all the strange, acrid odors?
Yeah.
All the bizarre...
That was just in your dressing room.
Really?
Yeah.
I had a question for you, Scott.
Oh boy.
Which one of you?
Here we go.
This is something that I get stopped a lot on the street, and they say, how does Scott come up with his characters?
Right.
How do you come up with your characters, Scott?
Oh, jeez.
Doesn't have to be a funny answer.
You want the real answer?
The answer talk.
I
Let's talk to the
usually,
people.
I basically get. I don't
go
have an
on.
answer for this. I'm having a
Well,
hard
how
time.
did you come up with Buddy? I mean, that's your most famous character. And I mean, I can't imagine that there's a person out there who hasn't read Buddy Babylon, available from what press?
Bantam Doubleday Down.
Bantam Doubleday Press.
Doubleday.
But I mean, if you haven't read it, then you don't know the story of how Scott came up with Buddy.
I get it. I get it. He's working on a character right now. Vaguely unimpressed.
Vaguely unimpressed guy.
Oh, hi. Hi there. Sorry. I
you
didn't see
been?
that you'd woken up from your long nap. Well, you're still watching the Kids in the Hall marathon here on Comedy Central. Just going through the old fan mail, seeing what the folks have been writing us lately. Hey, here's a yellow envelope. That's the color of lemons.
Yes.
Bruce, why don't you read this one?
lemon-colored
Who's it from and how old are they? And, just give us all the
Hi.
info on our fan.
My name is Sarah Winsworth.
Winsworth.
I'm 72 years old, and the highlight of my week is when once a week I get some ginger ale.
That's nice.
That's good. That's not really a question.
This one is for Bruce. It says, Bruce, how many Daves do you know now? This is, of course, referring to his song about these are the Daves I know, these are the Daves I know, these are the Daves I know. Well, you don't have to write it all out, Tara. You get the idea. So how many Daves do you know?
Well, having become a recluse whose only connection with the world is with the nightly delivery of the pizza, I know absolutely no Daves. Although I vaguely know you, David.
Sort of, yeah.
Vaguely.
Yeah.
So I kind of know Dave Foley, but that's really it.
Yeah, but I pretty much keep to myself.
I've been to Dave's basement. It turns out none of us knew him at all. Hi, my name is Jerome. I'm 72 years old. I'm retired in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. My question is, did the characters of Simon and Hecubus really have satanic powers or just think they did? Also, if Hecubus is the spawn of Satan, why is he so charming and lovable? Dave,
Well,
they're talking about your character here, huh?
I think it's only fair to mention that Satan himself is charming and lovable.
Finally, the truth.
There we go.
I really hate the way he's been.
Maligned.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's God who's a grumpy old bastard.
Yes, God. Yeah, God is a
God
crap.
is God. God is God.
I'm a grumpy old bastard.
God is an abrasive character.
He makes a lot of inappropriate comments at shul.
Yes,
He's curt.
He does.
He's just curt.
Yeah. Whereas Satan's kind of guy. You know what? Satan's kind of guy. First thing out of his mouth is usually, "How are you?"
Yeah.
It's not all about me. I'm God. I'm God. I'm God.
when I was in the studio in the cafeteria, someone said, what are the other names that you almost called the Kids in the Hall show? I don't know if you guys remember that. Do you guys remember that? Kevin, you're the theologian. And
The Donkeys was one name. We played with that for a while.
Phlegm Bucket.
Phlegm Bucket was you like that.
I like that one.
Lance Boyle.
Lance
Lance Boyle. Yeah, that was actually my name.
Yes,
I was Lance Boyle of Phlegm Bucket.
Yes.
I thought that really worked.
Yeah.
I had a really bad one. I don't know why I liked it, but I remember thinking there should be called An Attempted Humor. And it was like, just no.
It wasn't.
Remember, it gave the critics too much ammo.
Yeah.
remember, I liked Comedy Cavalcade for a while?
Yes.
Because it had two C's.
And Mixed Nuts.
Mixed nuts.
Actually, one name that we were interested in was Comedy Love Call, or was that just for the name of the pilot?
That was the pilot, yes.
Pilot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was actually on a script once. So
That was back when we were told you can't call a show The Kids in the Hall.
Yeah.
You know.
Right.
And they
Because
said
one day you'll be sad old men.
And look at us now.
That's funny.
Of course, remember our first version, which was like, it was just at the fading heyday of punk, so our theme song was going to be, "Kids in Hall, watch them!" Remember?
Yeah. It was very short.
Very short, but
But we found out there wasn't enough time to actually get all of our names up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the credit sequence.
Yes.
And remember when we had the Swingle Singers do one of the earlier versions of the theme?
Wasn't that smart?
Yeah.
Dooba-dabba-dooba-da, kids in the hall. Dooba-dabba-dooba in the hall. Yeah.
But that one was
And then with a
horribly
gunshot.
unpopular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then we hired Mark
in
Russell.
Belgium.
Even the songwriter hated it.
Remember we hired Mark Russell, the famous political satire,
That was good.
to do our theme song for year 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
How did that go?
I think it started out with, "Oh, there's a man in Washington," something like
He
that.
better watch out.
Yeah.
Because the kids in the hall are coming.
Yeah.
And they don't do political comedy.
Yeah. And that one was as popular as Mark Russell. Hi, you're watching the Kids in the Hall Marathon only on Comedy Central. I can't help but wonder, how would the same bumper sound in Spain?
Tú ves en Trendy mirando a los niños en la calle, los olvidados del comedia.
You know, when I think back about the early days when we were first starting the show with, with Doc Simon and Carl Reiner and
Jackie Green.
And Howard Morris. Howard Morris.
He was very good.
Remember when we just had a center square and no other squares?
Oh my
That's
God.
right.
That was adding
called
the other squares really.
Hollywood Cube.
Yeah, it really opened the show up when we added those other squares. You know.
It started as an evolution, but now it's a revolution. Kids in the Hall Comedy Marathon coming at you.
Enjoy.
Matt and Dave eating shiny red apples can only mean one thing. Kids in the Hall Marathon is 3/4 the way through. How are those apples, guys?
Whoa.
And how's that marathon?
You're watching the Kids in the Hall Marathon, only on Comedy Central. Catch a full hour of the Kids in the Hall at their regular time, weekdays at 2. You're watching the Kids in the Hall Marathon, only on Comedy Central. Log on to ComedyCentral.com for information on their nationwide live tour.
Hi, I'm Dave Foley, and you're watching the Kids in the Hall Marathon on Comedy Central as life slips away from you.
Who were you in high school and who are you now? I mean to say, you're watching the Kids in the Hall Marathon here on Comedy Central.
You're watching the continuing Kids in the Hall Marathon on Comedy Central. Only! We now return to the Kids in the Hall Marathon, only in Comedy Central. I'm not lying. Why would I lie?
Hi, I'm Mark McKinney, and you're watching the Kids in the Hall Marathon, only on Comedy Central. Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, I'm Kevin McDonald,
And I'm Mark McDonald.
and you're watching the Kids in the Hall Marathon right here on Comedy Central.
It's going to be great, so enjoy it.
Oh, no, you're not. Oh, my God.
That's not.
That's not right. That's disgusting what you're doing. Oh, you should be watching the marathon, you perp.
It's just us, Kids in the Hall.
Yeah.
You're watching Kids in the Hall, Kevin, Mark.
Yeah.
And you're just watching the Kids in the Hall. And of course, this you're watching this to remind you that we're touring.
Yeah, we're going out on a big tour in a big bus, and we're going to put on a big show with big characters.
We're an American band.
We're an
But not American,
No, we're
really.
Canadian.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi there.
Hi, how are you?
We're Mark.
And Kevin from Kids in the Hall.
Right.
And you're watching the Kids in the Hall Marathon on Comedy Central, which is a TV event.
You're watching it on the TV.
Yeah, and we are also going out, Kids in the Hall, to do a live tour.
So we'll be there, but we won't be on a big TV screen.
No, we'll be doing some of the characters that you've seen on your TV set.
On your TV set.
But they'll be happening live. On stage.
And don't bring your remote.
Because you can't, you won't be able to turn the volume up and down.
No.
You won't be able to pause us.
So please come where we'll be live and maybe a little louder than you're used to on your TV set.
Yeah.
And enjoy the rest of the marathon.
Thank you.
Thank you. During this next break in the Kids in the Hall Marathon, we're going to tell you just the facts. There won't be any comedy in this, just the facts. No need for laughter. Don't get ready to laugh. Mark is just going to come out with some straight facts. Here come Mark with the facts.
Okay, look, we're doing a tour and this marathon. If you want to find out any detail about any of it, if you want to follow it on the road, find out the cities where we're playing, what kind of stuff we're selling, what time show times are, ticket availability, stuff like that, you can check it out on comedycentral.com, okay? Got it.
Thank you, Mark.
Yeah.
That was Mark with just the facts.
Just the facts.
Enjoy the marathon, and now the comedy comes.
Back to you.
You want to speak to your constituency?
No.
Talk to the kids out there?
No.
Young people that love you?
Oh, God.
You want to say anything to the young people that love you?
Listen. Oh,
Come
God.
on, there's a lot of young people out there that love you.
Tell them what they're watching. Tell them what they're watching.
Tell them what they're watching.
What they're watching.
Come on.
What are they watching?
And where are they watching?
Where are they watching?
Just, you know this.
You know
You know
this.
it,
You can do this,
Scott.
Scott.
You know
Come
it.
on.
You know this. Come on,
What
say
are
it.
they watching? Come on.
Come on, what are they watching?
They're watching the Kids in the Hall.
Yeah.
Where are they?
What,
Where are
Kids
they
in the Hall
watching
what?
it?
Marathon.
Yes.
And where?
Where
Where are they watching it now?
Comedy Central.
Can they watch it anywhere else?
No, just here.
And your name is?
Scott Thompson.
Yes, you are.
Right, that's right.
Yes, you are.